The shocking truth about R. Kelly's life in prison. Since the 1990s, R. Kelly has been accused of many terrible crimes, but it wasn't until 2019 that the singer of I Believe I Can Fly was put in jail to wait for a trial as of November 2020. Here's what it's like for R. Kelly in prison and what he did in the name of his fame. Hey folks, welcome back to Celebs in Jail. In this video, we're going to find out the shocking truth about R. Kelly's life in prison. Let us dive in. And before we do, make sure you please subscribe to our channel and click that bell icon too so you never miss out on any of our amazing videos. Let's begin. R. Kelly, a U.S. musician, was given a 30-year prison term for exploiting his fame to sexually abuse minors and women. The 55-year-old R&B singer was found guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking in September of last year in New York. He had been accused of bad things for years, and the judge said he didn't care about other people's pain. The singer, whose real name is Robert Sylvester Kelly, will appeal, according to his lawyers. Before he was sentenced, a few women went to the stand to talk to Kelly. A woman only known as Angela referred to the performer as a Pied Piper who increased in evil with each new victim, while other unnamed witnesses claimed he had crushed their spirits. "I wanted to die because of how you made me feel," one person said. Kelly, who was wearing prison khakis and dark glasses, didn't say anything of his own and didn't react when the verdict was read. U.S. District Judge Ann Donnelly said that the celebrity had been using sex as a weapon, pressuring his victims to do horrible things and giving some of them sexually transmitted diseases. She even said he taught them that love means being a slave and hurting people. The court heard how Kelly, who was famous for songs like I Believe I Can Fly and Ignition, used his popularity to sexually abuse women and children for 20 years. During a 6-week trial in Brooklyn, jurors heard how he moved women from one U.S. state to another with the help of managers, security guards, and other people in his group. The court also heard that Kelly had gotten papers to marry singer Aaliyah without permission when she was only 15 years old in 1994, 7 years before the singer died in a plane crash. The certificate, which got out at the time, said Aaliyah was 18 years old. After a few months, the marriage was canceled. Javante Cunningham, who used to sing with Kelly as a backup singer, said she never thought this day would come. She told reporters, "There was never a time in my life when I really thought that the justice system would help black and brown girls. I am very proud of the legal system, very appreciative of my fellow survivors, and very happy with how things turned out." Federal prosecutors said that Kelly should get more than 25 years in prison because his crimes were so bad and because the public needs to be protected from more crimes. But his lawyers asked for a sentence of 10 years or less, which was the minimum sentence he had to serve because he was found guilty. They made it seem like Kelly grew up poor in a violent home where he was sexually abused when he was young. They said that the sentence devastated him and that he planned to appeal. But to consider his prison life, what was the actual truth? R. Kelly was arrested July 11, 2019, while he was walking his dog in Chicago. He was charged with 13 crimes. News reports say among the charges were violence, exploitation of children, and conspiracy to defraud the United States. He said he wasn't guilty, but the Atlanta Journal-Constitution said he was still in jail at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Chicago until his trial. In August 2019, 3 U.S. Marshals brought Kelly into a courtroom. He pled not guilty to 5 charges this time. Even though Kelly begged for bail, the judge refused and told the singer to stay in jail. Kelly's 53rd birthday was on January 8, 2020, and he spent it in jail. In the meantime, he strongly denies that he did anything wrong. "I have such a big heart that even when people hurt me, I keep forgiving them." Many people watched that interview, and at least one body language expert agreed that his behavior was very telling. His voice and pitch start to get lower and lower. And Michael, when someone's being dishonest and lying, you can often tell because their pitch goes up or down. The Blast reported in August 2019 that R. Kelly's lawyers were trying to get him out of solitary confinement. The gossip site said that these lawyers said Kelly didn't have any meaningful interactions with other people and didn't spend any time outside in the sun. They also said, strangely, that he couldn't buy snacks, although other prisoners were able to do so. Prosecutors quickly shut down all of these claims of unfair treatment. They told The Blast that Kelly had in fact shared a cell with several other people. They also said that he could have a few hours of free time a week, even if it wasn't outside. Prosecutors said that during his stay, he had at least 7 visits and 3 phone calls. The MCC staff took steps to make sure the defendant was safe and, in doing so, treated him with respect and dignity. TMZ reported in August 2020 that R. Kelly was held in solitary confinement for his own safety after he was attacked in his cell. Sources say that he was seated on his bed when another prisoner came in and started punching him. The detainee was reportedly upset that the singer's supporters were holding a protest outside the MCC, which was causing the facility to go into lockdown. Kelly's lawyer, Steve Greenberg, didn't wait to ask for his client's release after the attack. He wrote on Twitter, "We haven't heard anything from the jail, and Mr. Kelly hasn't called. No matter what, Mr. Kelly needs to be set free. The government can't keep him safe and can't give him a fair trial. We shouldn't keep people in jail forever just because we can't give them due process." Instead, MCC decided that Kelly should be locked up alone. Greenberg later told Page 6 that's the only location they could keep him safe. Nicole Becker, one of Kelly's attorneys, told the Chicago Sun-Times that fear and dread have left him scarred and paranoid following the attack in his cell. Because of his insomnia, the 2 hours he is allowed out of his cell each day have become increasingly frightening for him. His poor sleep is significant. He's even apprehensive about getting his hair cut, he said. He's kept in jail and cannot have a trial because of the pressure of COVID-19 on the prison system. He cannot have communication with the outside world. He lives in a small little cell in fear of his own safety, and he suffers from headaches from being beaten up physically. Several times, Becker has spoken up for Kelly's side, saying things like, "As far as I'm concerned, 100% if you're asking if I've seen the emotional aspect of him. With the erupting, no, not at all." Since R. Kelly's arrest, his attorneys have made 6 requests to have him released from prison, but each time they have been denied. When they went to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in September 2020, they claimed that the singer had been in prison for 6 months and should be freed. R. Kelly, it has been said, is illiterate. He doesn't have control over the content he publishes. He'd been robbed or deceived, depending on your perspective. Coronavirus limitations have prevented Kelly's legal team from seeing their client face-to-face since March, according to a CNN interview. They further stated that because Kelly is unable to read or write, he was unable to evaluate papers on his own or to provide any kind of input. He's not a threat or a flight risk, and other inmates can abuse him to earn jail cred, Steve Greenberg told CNN in September 2020. Prosecutors had clear and convincing evidence to show that Kelly was a flight risk, according to the court's decision. Now, you know the shocking truth about R. Kelly's life in prison. And that's going to do it for today's video. We sincerely hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you give it a like and share it with all your friends and family. Let us know if you have any questions or comments for us down in the section below. We always like to check in and hear from you, our viewers. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you'll see even more of our incredible videos. And you can also watch our other videos that have been specially selected just for you. Thanks for spending part of your day with us on our channel. We look forward to seeing you in our next video. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.